everyone, it is Story Time Saturday. I know Story Time Saturday looks a little different, and that's because it is different. It's different because my hubby and I are going on a date. And since I owed you guys a story time and I'm going on a date, I figured I would combine the two and we can create a little get ready with me. So I'm going to tell you a beautiful story of how me and hubby met. So I thought that's a good one. And you can watch me get ready while I do it. I'm not really into makeup, so I don't want you to look for contours and highlights. It's going to be a short experience, but a beautiful story of love. So I'm pretty excited. This is proof that when it's meant to be, it's just meant to be. Here we go. Right. Anyway, so I met him. Well, let me say it like this. I'll start off and tell you how he came into my life. So my dad is a pastor. If you don't know, my dad's a pastor. And he, so I'm used to men coming around. I grew up in the church. Dad's a pastor. I'm used to men coming and frankly going. Not only coming and going, but they kind of develop this thing where they kind of almost start to act and look like my dad. You know what I mean? Like some of them, I think they do it on purpose because they're trying to move up in the ranks, if there's a such thing. And then some, I just think, just by being with him and all of that, you kind of just develop similar personalities and similar perspectives even. And so for me, I know, get ready with me. Am I supposed to tell y'all what I'm using? Well, no, because I don't know. So I would tell them, I could just tell, that they were kind of morphing, some intentionally and some unintentionally, into my dad. And so that's normal. But one day, or one weekend I should say, there was this time that they had a men's conference, right? So they have this men's conference, and when they have this men's conference, a guy comes back with them. Like I said, I'm used to seeing men, but this man was beautiful. And you got to understand that his reputation met me, right? Before I met him. And he didn't even know that I knew him or anything like that. So anyway, I hear about this new guy and what he's done and all of this other stuff. And he basically he's really anointed. And because he's so anointed, he must have really put on quite a show because everybody was talking about him. And I saw him, and it was love at first sight. I tell you the truth, I wanted this man. He wasn't just beautiful, but he was strong. And then, he had come around my dad, and although he was around my dad, he didn't morph into my dad. So, that was sexy. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know. So that was really hot to me. And so I was falling for him, had already fallen for him. I was in love with this man. I loved this man before he even knew that I existed. So while he, I gotta focus. So when he comes, my dad respects him. My dad respects him. My dad honors him. My dad values him. My dad recognizes that he is a real asset to this team. So much so that he moves up quickly in the ministry, becoming the associate pastor over the field evangelistic division. And that's a big deal. When you like somebody, you want your dad to like them too. And so not only did my dad like him, but the whole church liked him. Everybody liked him. And even my brother liked him, which is a really big deal. Because if you know my brother, then you know my brother don't like nobody, okay? You're not going to find him talking in corners and trying to be with somebody. So even my brother liked him. Anyway, moving forward, everyone thought that he was going to be with my older sister. They were even making plans and stuff for him and my older sister to be together. But she shocked them when she got married. Hello, somebody. Which only let me know that this was my man. Okay? This was my man. So, after knowing that this is my man and I didn't know how it was going to be, I didn't really know it was my man. I just really liked him. Something happened where he and my dad had this conversation, and it's about me. And basically, he asked my dad for blessings. And let me tell you something, ladies. This is why you gotta have a man in your life that knows how to make another man prove himself to you. So my dad gives him this insane assignment to prove his love for me. Okay? To prove that he is worthy to have my daddy's daughter. Huh? And not only does he do it, but he does it. And y'all, when I say he worked for me, baby, he worked for me. And that is just the proof. That was proof enough for my dad to, feel safe enough.
Because if he won't work before you're married, he certainly won't work for you later.
To give me away to him. So anyway, I go, we end up being together, and I don't know what happens, y'all, but something happens between him and my dad. Now, I don't know when it happened. I don't know if it actually happened before this. I don't get into stuff like that. I try to stay away from stuff like that. But, you can't keep everything from me. Him and my dad have some kind of rift. This is hard because now I'm in a tough place because he and my dad are not speaking. Well, he is, but my dad's upset with him about something, child. I don't know. So my dad's upset with him about something. And they have this rift to the point where my dad begins to try to sabotage him and ultimately finish him. So one night, we had planned a Netflix and chill kind of night, but I had overheard that he and my dad, or that my dad was trying to sabotage, finish him, or whatever. So we were just talking, and I just said, I think you should leave. And after just talking for a little while, he agreed. You got to listen to the Lord, because when he left, my dad had some impromptu meeting and send what I like to call his little minions. And when his minions show up, they come in and they ask for him. And I say, okay, I'll tell you the truth. I did lie to protect him. I said that he was sick. So after I said that he was sick, they left. But I knew they were coming back. Let me tell y'all what I did, okay? Because I'm a writer, okay? That's the kind of woman I am. So I found one of my wigs. I took my wig. I took some, like stuffed bears and stuff like that. Put it on the bed, covered it up, and made it look like he was still in the bed. I knew they were coming back because I know my daddy. When my daddy has his mind set on something, that's it.
My daddy said, bring him to me sick.
So they come back. And they don't ask for him. Now, they actually come into my home. They're coming into my home. I already know that. When they come and they see that nobody's there and that, that I lied, they went back and told my dad. My dad comes back to me and he's furious. He's yelling at me. He's like, why would you deceive me, and all of these things. And I'll be honest with you. It was hard because I'm a daddy's girl and I love my daddy. And it's hard to be in a position where you have to choose between the man you love and your dad. It's a rough place to be in when you have to make such a difficult choice like that. So I don't know about you or if you've ever had to make that choice, but if you have, then you know how hard that can be. But I chose the godly way, and my dad raised me, so he should know I chose to cleave to my husband. I gotta be where my man is. I'm in love. And I love him. And I don't know what happened between them, but I'm going to choose my husband. Anyway, so not over my dad. Just in this situation, I'm going to choose my husband. So anyway, he goes. He's gone. My dad comes. He comes yelling. They go looking for him. And all of that stuff. So I'm getting ready because I have to, we got a date. We got to kind of get in where we can.
So that's why I'm currently at a friend's house getting ready, because it's closer. So we're going to meet, and, I just want to make sure I'm cute.
Have a date today. And you guys, when I say I'm in love, I'm in love. So anyway, I really love my daddy. You know what I mean? And I love my husband. And it's hard to be in this situation, but nevertheless, I'm here. Now, I told y'all I don't do makeup, but I do it. I do it for me. So, my daddy, I guess, okay. So my daddy went looking for him, and that was pretty much that. I didn't marry him because of my daddy. I'm certainly not going to leave him because of my dad. I love him. He is my husband. We have made vows, and I choose him. You know, even though my dad's upset with me, and I don't choose him over my dad, I just simply choose him in this situation. It is my job to choose my husband. So, long story short, love can make you do crazy things. Love can make you look anyone and anything in the face. Love can make you sacrifice things that you never thought you would sacrifice. I have never loved the way that I love. I have been smitten, and if you can tell, I'm still smitten by this man. Here we are. I'm getting ready for my date, which I'm going to show you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and put on my lashes and put on my outfit. Then I'll show you what I look like when I come back. But it's a beautiful story because it's a story of how I met a man, and we didn't do any indiscretions beforehand, right? We didn't go through anything. I found him, he found me. I loved him. My daddy approved. Everybody approved. He's close to my brother. Everyone loves him at the church. Everyone respects him. And so I kind of met my Prince Charming by just being in place. Anyway, I'll be back to show you how I look at the end. Sometimes picking a look is just so hard. So I know you guys saw the white dress, but I think I'm gonna go with this, right? White dress is kind of dressy. I don't wanna be too dressy, but I wanna be dressy enough, right? To make them remember why I worked so hard. Cause you know, you guys gotta remember, my dad did not play the radio, okay? He made him do something very dangerous. And not only did he do it, but he did it and everybody was shocked, including my dad, which now that I think about it, he probably did it to have him lose. Anyway, I think this is what I'm gonna go with. What do you guys think? Not too dressy, but dressy enough to make him remember why he worked so hard in the first place. So, after doing all of that and working so hard, the least I could do is show up looking like something. What you say? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to choose between the man that you love, or even the woman that you love, and someone in your family that you love? I know that being in a position between having to choose between my hubby, the man that I love, and my dad was a really rough place for me. And I know that many people have been in that same situation. I imagine that you've had to, or somebody that you know has. And if you've been there, then you also know that you're probably not the first. Because this has been happening at least since 1 Samuel chapter 18, right? Because this is not my story. This is the story of Saul, right? King Saul and his daughter, which I played, which was Michael. And her hubby was David, and my brother, Michael's brother, was Jonathan, who was very close to David. Thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for letting me get ready with you while listening to the story. Can you realize what we did today? You listened to a story while I got ready. So you got to hear a Bible story. I got to get ready at the same time so that I could do what I needed to do. And we got to kill two birds with one stone. Not that I kill any birds. I don't kill any birds. I've never killed a bird a day in my life. Okay? I hope you learned something today. Thank you for getting ready with me today. Who said the Bible wasn't practical? Somebody who clearly didn't read it. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed Storytime Saturday, and you know the drill. If you want to know how David and Michael's marriage pans out, and trust me, it gets real between the two of them. Without all the modern tidbits, then go back to 1 Samuel chapter 18 and just keep reading. I want you to be more than entertained. I want you to be more than inspired. I want you to be provoked. So make sure you read something today. Thanks for getting ready with me. Bye. And I actually am. Which things ain't really probably. Got slits. I want to keep them safe. But that's a married woman. No. And I appreciate y'all getting ready with me. Oh, my ring is getting stuck. It fell off. I'm in love. And I'm lost.
Which is better?
Okay, so get a new outfit. Yeah. So thanks for letting me kill 2 stones with. Don't do that. I know what the saying is. Thanks. Ash, thanks for getting ready with me, and thanks for letting me do 2 things. That's probably not a good saying, right? People probably be like, we should be killing birds. What's another saying?
That's the main one.
That is the main one.
Okay. Action.
It's the same. So I think you can say
Yeah.
killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay, and then I'll just fix it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I's married now.
Yeah, you are.
We got enough to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
To be trying to ride here, trying to be
Stuck up.